Hi, I'm Bill Andersen. In this segment, we're so excited to be with Dr. Ed Green, and I am the chairman of the board of Ascend Alliance, which we're very excited about. Dr. Green is the director, and you're essentially the chairman of the board, if you will, or director of.
We do have a chairman of the board as well, but I'm kind of the general manager of the organization.
The Family Literacy Center.
Yes.
And the thing that's cool about this, folks, is that our organization at Ascend, which we've been talking about a lot today, handles a lot of international initiatives, and Dr. Green's organization focuses on the North American or the American initiatives. We're so excited to have this conversation. I'm thrilled to meet you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, there's so much cool stuff happening worldwide in philanthropy, but right here on our own soil, to be able to make a difference in people's lives. How cool is that? The amazing things that you guys are doing.
Yeah, we're actually working with the Trivani organization in quite a few of the inner city African American communities, and we're finding a lot of success there through our reading initiatives that we're doing. And what we do is organize community efforts to meet in mostly churches, and they serve local communities. So we're really fanning out throughout the inner city to help kids who have not had the opportunity to learn to read, to be able to read. And we use volunteers from the community to help them. And as a result of that, we see a lot of behavior change on the part of these kids. They're not truants and troublemakers anymore. They're stars, because we require them to also tutor. When they learn how to read, they become a tutor, and it puts them in an entirely different role. They're now a teacher rather than just a student causing trouble. They're now the teacher who has to command
that's so awesome for the kids. And so folks, as you may remember, as a distributor comes into the Trivani organization, they come in, they join, they become a guardian, as we refer to them, so they have a certain amount of product they're auto shipping. And as they do that, every time they use the product, a portion of the product is going towards an initiative. And in this case, it's coming right home here into the USA and into Canada.
And there's one particular initiative that I think Trivani dealers would be very interested in, and that's our one in Detroit, because the Trivani Foundation is actually funding a center director there in downtown Detroit, and they have now started up 2 centers. The first one was so successful that they're starting another, and I'm going back again in 3 weeks there, and we're going to have some more initiatives to start up. They want to do at least 15 centers, because we want to localize this so that students don't have to worry about transportation. They can do it locally, and it's kind of the poor man's Sylvan Center. It's a free service that anyone can go to, and we require the parents to become involved as well. So parents are going to learn a little bit more themselves, and some of these parents need to learn how to read as well. And we're finding that when they do learn how to read, there's a lot less social problems that they have to deal with. Kids, right now there's a 93% failure rate in high schools in many of the areas where we're going, and most of it's because they can't read. And if we can teach them how to read, then they'll be able to do a lot of other subjects as well. So reading is kind of a foundational thing for most of these folks.
You know, this is such an extraordinary moment where organizations like yours, organizations like mine, get attached to this great company, Trivani. How did you get connected to all of that? How is it that you found that relationship?
A friend of mine was a personal lawyer to the head of the foundation and to the Trivani organization, and he introduced me to the head of the organization. They came to some of our local centers that we have here within this area, and they liked that so much that they thought that we ought to have initiatives throughout the country. And we would like to serve, their service was to these African American inner city communities, which we had already set up a relationship with through various churches. The Seventh-day Adventist Church was a very big organization who opened up their facilities throughout the country. And so now we're not only in Detroit, but tomorrow morning I go to downtown Philadelphia. And then at the end of the month I'm back in Detroit, but we also have them in San Francisco and Portland. And most of these centers are funded with the help of the Trivani Foundation. So we're very grateful for that organization to help us do so much. And we have what we think is a multiplier effect, because once a person learns how to read, we want them to be a tutor. We call these kids tutors in training, so that they can go tutor someone else. And through this multiplier effect, we can literally reach thousands with these little initiatives that we're creating.
You know, it's awesome. You know a lot of people, and you probably deal with this as well in your organization. A lot of folks, when they look at foundations or they look at philanthropic groups, are asking the question, is this real? Does the money really get to the end of the trail? And they have all kinds of concerns that are, in fairness, they're legitimate.
Oh yes,
there are so many organizations that have some suspicion about them. So you and I are in an interesting set of shoes. We're recipients of this great Trivani money. You got two testimonials standing here of people that are receiving money on a regular basis from a philanthropic foundation that was designed to be funded by people that were actually consuming their way to a solution.
Yes.
And I mean, have you ever seen anything like this before?
No, this is new for me. I'm a retired university professor, and I retired early just to do this because I thought this would be much more useful in my life and in the lives of other people than standing in front of 300 students at a time at a university when you have no idea what the effect is. We can see immediate effects because we keep data on these kids, and we can prove and show people what that growth is over a period of time. We know exactly what they were before they came and what they are at the end of the program and during the middle of the program as well. And another initiative that has led us in this direction has been a program we call a virtual family literacy center,
right,
where we can do this online, and we have volunteer tutors who can be almost anywhere in their homes. They can be in our facility as well, and we do two-way video connection with Trivani Live. Trivani Live has donated that service to us so that we can go two-way video, and we can literally reach anyone in the world. And we're doing some of this in Cambodia and Nepal right now, but our main emphasis right now is in domestic cities and the inner city as well. But this way, if a facility does not have a tutor, we can get tutors. I can go to the university and sign up 150 tomorrow morning. I know where to go get them. And we can have them helping us through this two-way communication link that Trivani has provided for us.
So you're not concerned about any ability to grow into the needs here in America and be able to serve the people on a regular basis. And the Trivani Live product that they're referring to, the Trivani Live product allows people to communicate very cleanly, very openly. That's made life significantly easier.
We use a little machine called a Docutech, and we go through the computer, through Trivani Live, and then people can not only see us and do the traditional things of looking at our computer, but we could actually put a storybook underneath that camera, and it goes through the computer, and then the person on the other end can be reading right along with us off of the computer. Right. So they wouldn't even have to have a book in front of them. But speaking of books, that's another thing that we've been a beneficiary from the Trivani Foundation, because they have provided literally hundreds and thousands of books to some of these communities. We're working in Detroit right now where the public library has been closed down. It's all boarded up, doesn't exist. But we have been bringing books into a Seventh-day Adventist church facility there, and it has become a repository for the library books in that area. So we're trying to help communities kind of build up, talk about booting up a computer. We're booting up communities here by their bootstraps. We're just trying to bring everyone up.
Let me ask you one last thing as we kind of bring this to an end. You and I both have had a chance to meet Dee. Deanne's a wonderful woman.
Absolutely.
Here's a human being that doesn't need to do anything. She's got enough money that she could go do whatever she wants in her life. She could play and relax and sit on the beach and hang out and do all the fun stuff that she likes to do. As you've gotten to know her, why do you think she's doing this?
It's probably because of her. She has kind of an inner beauty with her. She has a character that just seems to be other directed. She seems to want to help anyone, whether it be children, whether it be adults. She has that, I think, within her soul to be other directed. She's not concerned about herself all the time. She's concerned about other people. And that attribute, I think, is a characteristic of a lot of folks that work in family literacy as well. And I think that's why we get along so well, is because we all have these common goals of just wanting to help somebody, because we've been helped ourselves. And I grew up in the ghetto as well, and I kind of know what it's like to live in this area.
Well, that's awesome. Folks, Bill Andersen, Dr. Ed Green, we really appreciate you. We're so grateful to be here representing our organizations, being able to benefit from working with the Trivani people.
Yes, absolutely.
And we're just so thankful to have you. We're thankful to be able to communicate this opportunity to you. This is the real deal, folks. You want to make a difference in people's lives? You want to make a difference in your life? You need to check this Trivani thing out.